like
Oh yeah,
I know
press the mute.
I'm being extra, but like in all seriousness though, that like the reason that nobody is taking your arguments seriously is because the arguments in themselves are like so infallible or so
No,
valuable that they like a kindergartner can understand why it's wrong.
no, none of it really matters because every care is just gonna be amped up eventually.
You
That's the
you
damn
said
lie.
you said that there was an you said that the author didn't reveal who the god in a specific verse was, like an almighty force. I'm assuming, like try to misrepresent you. But you, at the same time, in the same breath, you say that this character is revealed, and this character actually isn't a character; it's the author themselves. So, if you're saying that God is the
We're trying to
in
go
One
down
Punch
the
Man is the actual creator of the series, it's logically impossible to make that claim because, as we've established many a times before,
Oh
that
hey,
something that is defined as not real can't be real, lest it be real in its entirety.
Saitama already knows he's not real. That's why he's bored. Did you know that?
Then
He's a panel
the
peeker.
God in the
Panel
universe
peeker.
is not the
He knows he's
author.
fiction.
Then the God in the universe is not the author. It's that fucking simple.
Wait. Hold on. Oh, you're talking about because based on the dialogue of God in the comic,
No,
or or based.
I'm assuming you're referring to the God as in like the in-universe character in
Oh,
One
okay.
Punch.
I was just saying like the God. You keep trying to say that the God in writing isn't the God because he's just a fiction God, but he still represents the real life God.
No, I'm saying God, the character in One Punch Man, logically cannot be the same as the author of the series. For those reasons that I said, I'll say it
Oh,
one more
yeah. Sorry, yeah.
it
I'm
cannot
not
be,
against you
even though
there.
it
I'm not
represents
against you
the
there.
author to a virtual omnipotent.
No.
Give
I'm
me a
not
second.
against you there.
Just
That
give me a
he's
second.
just a character. He can't think,
Give me a
but the
second.
writer can think. Bro, the writer can think. Are
Say it
you
again.
forgetting that? The writer can think, but the character in the fiction can't think because what you said, he's fiction.
I agree. Why does that matter?
Because you're trying to say that the character is predetermined, and you're right. Even the god in the story is predetermined because he's not thinking. The writer's
Thank
thinking
you.
for.
Thank you. Which means that even though Saitama has fought this god in his verse, does not equate it to anything in real life, number one, and number two, automatically to another verse. We have to go off of what's suggested in the narrative, not outside it, saying that, oh, now he wall peeks into the author, and now he understands that he's a fictional character, and that doesn't
No,
change
this
anything.
is stuff that already happened in the manga.
But that doesn't change anything, is the point. The God in the comics, even though it represents, even if I grant to you that it's supposed to represent the author, doesn't fucking matter. And it doesn't fucking matter, yet again, because the author is not the character God in the series. Which means that even though Saitama understands that he's a fictional character, and maybe he could understand that their writer is represented through the character God, it doesn't affect anything. You can't conclude anything from those statements alone, from what I just showed you.
No, I'm saying that when
It's
Saitama
baseless.
fights God, the writer is going to have God give Saitama a huge power up.
Okay.
And he
What
ready
is that?
right
What is that?
there,
Again,
that
go
will
again.
reveal a huge power up that will put Team Goku at a loss.
What power is he going to grant Saitama? What power is God going to grant Saitama that's going to like put Goku at a
Well,
disadvantage?
here, put it this way: Goku fights to find his sorry, no, that's right. Goku fights to push his limits, where Saitama fights to find his limits. So Goku did not remove the
Well, I
limiter. We
mean,
don't
push
know what it
limits
will
is kind of
take for Goku in his verse because his verse must be weaker because if it takes 20 years, because apparently AI did a span
Wait. Slow
in
down. Slow down.
20
Slow down.
years.
Slow down. Slow down.
If
Slow
it takes
down.
20 years for Goku to get where he is, in
Are you
Saitama, it
saying
only
that
took 3
Goku?
years.
Are you saying that their purposes for getting stronger are different? Therefore, Goku's going to be put at a disadvantage when he goes up against Saitama.
That's because everybody's thinking that Saitama is limited to a specific thing, but I have a theory that he's not. I don't think it's much different.
You have a theory that he's not,
I
even
don't
though
think
he's
it's
shown to
different.
be.
I think Saitama is trolling. I think he can fly. I think he can do
You know,
basically
Saitama
anything.
has no limiter. The narrative wouldn't suggest that he's growing.
Okay, so Ki exists in every verse.
Wait,
So
wait.
if
Just think
Krillin,
about that. Just think
Krillin's
about
a
that.
normal human, right? And he uses Ki to fly. Now, why can't
Focus on the
Saitama
first thing you
use
said.
Ki that does
Focus on the first
exist?
thing you said. If Saitama has no limiter, then why would the narrative show directly that he does through exponential growth?
I don't believe that whole exponential growth thing. I think it's instant
So you don't
adaptation.
believe that Goro got as strong as Saitama?
All that Saitama needed technically is a fly character
Answer the
to
question.
fight him,
Do you
and
think that
and
Garo
then
got as
Saitama
strong as
instantly
Saitama? Yes or no?
knows how to fly.
Do you think that
When
Garo, in some instance, got as strong as Saitama did?
Okay, so when Cosmic Garo was given the knowledge of God, right? We're there. Cosmic Garo gave that knowledge to Saitama. Right then and there,
That's not
Saitama
answering
should
the
be
question.
able to unlock so much crap.
Which means he didn't have it before, which implies a limit. But back to the original question: does Garo, for a single second, get as strong as Saitama does?
Wait. I have ADHD. Say that one more time. Sorry about that.
So do I, which is why I'm getting so frustrated.
But
Does
ADHD is a power is good.
Garo, for a singular moment, get as strong as Saitama does?
Powerful is I'm just oh, okay, so that's the thing. You're referring to the graph, right?
No, I'm saying, does Garo get as strong as Saitama does?
Oh,
He literally copies it.
uh
Like he
no,
can't say no.
because it's all
Oh,
meant to mislead us. That's my
he just said
theory.
no.
Um
He just fucking said no. Even though
wait, hold on.
Garo copied Saitama's abilities, was able to make him take damage. You don't believe that Garo got as strong as Saitama, even though the punch that they threw together was called a squared punch because they had equal force. You don't
Not
think Garo got as strong as Saitama. Now you're
it's
just
not equal. It's not
deviating
equal.
from there.
Saitama made it equal. That's what I'm thinking.
It's not equal. Saitama made it equal. Which one is it? Did he
Because
not make it
Saitama likes
equal?
to hold back. The um well, Well, okay, so here's the thing. Even if well, okay, we should know that he has instant adaptation to durability because he takes damage and he instantly never takes damage. He never takes damage. Sorry, he takes a punch, he never takes damage. So if he has
What?
instant adaptation
It literally says that he took damage though.
to scale to whatever.
But it's to mislead you though. That's what you're saying.
Okay, so if he did equal out with Cosmos, okay,
He
but
did. Their punch is literally called a squared punch because it was an equal force of like impact. It literally says that Saitama is growing to surpass Garo after he copied Saitama's strength.
well, the thing is um he's got
Like
question marks.
narratively,
He's
he
got
can't.
question marks. Bro, he's got question marks. It's all instant adaptation. So we don't
Got
he could be an
question
ant
marks.
and get punched by
He's
God, he now becomes directly below God. But I mean, well, he would get killed by God, but he instantly becomes whatever tries to fight him. So when you say he's getting stronger, technically he was already as great as he needed to be the moment he took his limiter away. Because he's instantly
I didn't
adapting to
ask.
everything.
I didn't ask if his limiter was broken or not. We know his limiter was broken. What I'm asking you is, did Garo ever at one point get as strong as Saitama? And the narrative answer is yes, obviously, because not only I'm not even talking about the graph thing where it like directly shows visually that
Well,
Saitama.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. Okay, I like your point there. Let me.
I'm talking strictly about the narrative,
Oh, you're right.
where their squared punch is an equal
No,
amount
you're
of
right. I'll
force,
address that.
where it's
I'll
able
address your
to
square
create
punch.
that
I get it
impact.
now. I get what you're
And
getting. Can I say
wait,
something? All right.
relax. Not only that, on top of that, it is stated that he is copying Saitama's abilities to where Saitama has to grow in order to surpass Garo because he has no limiter. We know this. What I'm saying is, did Garo ever get as strong as Saitama? And the answer is with flying colors, yes.
Okay. All right, but I have a theory that goes against that theory. I
You
do
have a
like
theory
the
that goes against the
idea that
narrative.
there's two
You
theories
I
that
just
thought
love to
Saitama
see it.
is scaling, but instantly
no thoughts
scaling. But here's the thing:
because
what if
I want to get it.
Saitama, bro, just hold on. What if Saitama was already infinite and he's just holding back and making it seem like he's power scaling?
Okay, when
You
I'm
know what I'm
gonna
saying? What
I
Maybe
know
during
more
what he's
OPM
power
than
scaling.
all three. I know.
Wait. Say that again. Say that one more
what if
time.
he's trolling because we know he's a troll, right? What if when he removed the limiter, he gained everything, and he's
That's a
making it
lie.
seem he's making it
That
seem like he's
would
power
make
scaling.
Saitama a liar because he said that he was going out against Garo, which means he's
He's a liar. Yes,
Well,
yes,
no,
he
he
has
said
lied
he
many
can. He
times.
never
What are you
said
trying to
he.
say?
Wait, chill. I read
We
all
got
of
so
fucking
many
OPM.
evidence
I
that
read
he
no
all of
lied.
OPM. This is
because
wrong.
Garo killed Genos, and then that enraged Saitama into
It
trying
didn't
to.
Sure,
enrage. He was
but
acting.
that
I have a
but
theory that he's acting.
listen
He doesn't care.
But he's
listen
acting. But he's acting though. It's all
listen.
just pretend.
Just because hold on, chill out, please. We can make a lot of probability evasion for both of those theses. Even when Saitama got mad because of the bug, that doesn't mean he went fucking out on a fucking bug. No. Plus, he said he can go all out. He never said he is.
I didn't say he went all out on a bug. I never
No,
said
I'm
him getting
saying he
mad at
was
him was.
enraged from the bug too. So I'm
Oh, he
saying
was
like you
not.
can't just make that
He's
probability.
not
Yes, he
enraged,
was. He
guys.
was mad. He was pissed. He was irritated.
He's not mad. He was fighting with one arm.
No, I'm talking about Saitama. Like when he was. You remember when he was trying to catch the fucking bug and he was irritated, annoyed, and fucking
Oh, he's
mad a little bit.
pretending, bro. That he's a fourth wall
Yeah, I
breaker.
know, I know.
He's
I'm just trying to tell you that basically you can't just say the same for the Garu fight. That he was actually being like going all out on a
he
fucking
wasn't. He
bug,
was
same
the
as he
writer made
was
it
at the fucking
specific.
Garu
The
fight.
writer threw us an Easter egg that proved that he wasn't trying. He was doing the fight with one arm, and then at the end of the fight, he goes from serious to like bored face right
Yeah,
away. And then
and
when
another.
Cosmic Garu says, "Hey, do you want to learn time travel?" What does Saitama says? He says, "I don't care." That's hint that
Yeah, and he
Saitama
did it through
doesn't need to
pure
know that stuff.
physicality, but that's not the point. That's why I was trying to like kind of implement your point a little bit. But I'm just saying that like he also said he
Bro.
can. Now I see the probability evasion that Clorox just
Just
giving.
chill for a second, bro. Just chill. Look, Darth, I'm gonna be so real with you. This has to be the most unfounded theory I've ever heard because
Yeah, I don't
not
like his
only
theory.
does it go against the narrative, but it also goes against what is represented by the characters.
But
Saitama
I
in
want to
this
tell you something.
context,
You trust
chill. Just
Saitama?
give me a second. Give me a
You
second.
trust the writer?
Say what?
You trust Saitama. You don't because he's a troll. Now, do you trust the writer?
You're assuming that Saitama is just a troll.
I'm not assuming he's a
Saitama's
troll.
purpose in the narrative is to find somebody who can seriously take him, and then he gets to a point where he narrates himself that he's found that person in Cosmic Garo when he
He
fights
never
him,
says.
somebody
He
that
never
I can
says
go
this.
all out against. Yes, he
Dude,
does.
are
He
you
does
saying
say
that
this.
everything he does in the show
He
is
said
him not
can't or
clowning
whatever.
around?
He doesn't mean he did though.
Kill
That's what
said
I'm
the
saying. He said can.
kill said this one out. Kill said this one out. And then when he
Oh
says
my
that,
god.
the narrative says that Saitama is growing and that he has to grow because Garo has become as equal to
But
Saitama
that's what I'm
because he
saying,
has
bro.
copied Saitama. That's the Garo's entire thing is to
The
copy
writer
like the abilities of people.
is misleading us with the dialogue. Don't you get it?
That's the narrative. That's not even just the dialogue. Saitama's internal dialogue is him trolling himself, I guess. You can come with that like nonsensical interpretation.
It's
I
just a
don't
theory,
care.
but I'm pretty sure that
It's just that on top of that, it's going to be more parsimonious when you find out that in the narrative they're also saying that Saitama has to grow to become as strong as Garo. The punches that they clash with being called a squared punch because it has equal force. Them destroying each other to the point where Saitama has to grow and then like basically fucks up Garo. Then Garo teaches him the technique that you said Saitama has to unlock, which means he's not omnipotent. Well, not
can I
omnipotent.
ask you
There
something
was
though?
this
How is
fucking
Saitama growing during a
omniscient. My fault.
fight, which he's supposed to scale to the opponent? How is he even growing past the opponent?
Say it again.
Like he
Potato!
scales to, he instantly scales to the opponent, but how does he surpass the opponent when he doesn't have knowledge or shouldn't have knowledge
You
more
just
knowledge than
answered
the
it.
opponent?
You just answered the question earlier. The reason Saitama is able to surpass his opponent is because he has no limiter. He has no ceiling to the amount of potentially strong
Right.
he can get.
But you said it's exponential growth, so he's scaling to something.
No, he's scaling above something. Like he's equal to Garo, and then he's above Garo. Obviously, that means that he gets stronger than Garo. He grows to the point where he is far stronger
Good
than
job.
Garo, even after Garo copied Saitama's strength.
What's good, Sean?
Yo, it's good trying.
Yo,
But
Yeah, the
bro,
author failed to actually
you'll never
capture
believe
him.
this, bro. One of the Joshinspires niggas, bro. One of those niggas, they're here right now, and
The
they're trying
back?
to talk about
Wait, you're telling me
Saitama.
this
You
nigga's from Joshinspires? Bro,
you know what I think about
No,
Dragon Ball?
I don't know that, but I'm
bro,
just assuming.
I thought that server fucking died.
I'm just assuming. I'm just assuming. All right.
Bro,
Do you understand now how this makes absolutely no sense?
Hey, you know what I think about Dragon Ball? I think it's the will that makes things grow.
Say what?
You know, the willpower that makes things grow
For
through the
Saitama?
fight. Right? The willpower
For for Saitama, is that what you're talking
for anything really.
about? Okay, Saitama wants to become stronger. I mean, what does that matter?
Well, if we were to stop to think about how Goku is growing, is it rage that the harder you rage?
Why are
No,
you still bringing up Goku? We were on the
it's got to
topic
be the
of whether or not
willpower.
Saitama was actually trolling with his internal dialogue and the narrative that's external to him saying that he is equal to Garo and gets stronger than Garo. I asked you,
Yeah.
was Garo at any time as strong as Saitama? The answer is yes. The narrative says it.
Okay, so
The
I guess. Oh
characters in
yeah, you
dialogue
can.
say that. Yes,
Yeah.
that means that even though his limiter is broken and there's no
Oh,
ceiling
okay,
to
I get it
which he
now.
can't
I get it
grow,
now.
it means that Saitama is still limited in the sense that he still has a ceiling that he can break past. He breaks past it. It's just that he's doesn't mean he's not at that set limiter anymore.
He's
So
learning
yes,
on his
Saitama can
own.
get
Then he's
stronger and
learning on his
stronger and
own.
stronger.
Yeah.
But
You know when you work
please
out,
don't
you
ever
gain
bring up
muscle.
don't ever
When
bring
you
up that
work out,
shit
you gain
ever
muscle.
again about
So,
the God being the author shit. Like that was crazy.
well,
Like go
everything's
away.
progressing, dude. While he's doing a fight, his willpower, his everything's progressing. Like you work
Okay,
out, you get
what if
stronger.
okay, what if Goku just says
He's getting more
nice.
intelligent as he fights through the character.
I don't know
I'll
about
ask you
that
this.
intelligence.
what the
What if
fuck?
What?
say
That
wait, chill. I know,
He's
but
adapting. He's adapting to their moves and trying to figure out how
Just
to counter
because?
them.
ask
No, that's not intelligence.
okay, even if I grant you all that, what if Goku just says nice potential Hakai and then just erases him from existence? Then what?
But what happened to Gojo?
What about Gojo? What the
How
fuck
the
is
fuck
that?
is it Gojo?
It's about One Punch
Because
Man and Dragon
isn't
Ball.
that
What does
supposed
that
to
have
be
to
a
do?
hacks? And how did Gojo lose? I can go off
What
topic
are you
for a little
talking
bit.
about? What does that
Okay, well,
matter?
I'm saying that I don't
Why are you bringing
think.
up Gojo?
Well,
I
okay,
don't know
I
if you
don't
know this, but
think.
Gojo is from a series called Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen is in the same series as Dragon Ball or One Punch Man. I
Yeah,
don't know
but
why you're
hacks
bringing
is
that up.
still hacks. But okay, never mind about that. I'll just say, okay, what would Saitama do? Um, he would probably be just
He wouldn't do
say
anything.
like,
That's the answer.
why? He would
From
say,
what he's
"Why are you
demonstrated, he's
waving
not
your
fast
hands?"
enough or strong enough to repel an attack that has energy that
I don't
erases you
think
from
so. I
existence.
think he has instant adaptation, so he instantly adapts to that
So he can
effect.
adapt to being erased from existence.
I
Cool,
think
but he's
so.
still erased from existence.
I don't think so. Because
He adapts to being erased from existence. Good job. He's still erased from existence.
it's instant.
That's a contradiction.
He just counters it. Like by just
How does he counter being erased from existence?
What the fuck?
Do you
well,
think Saitama this has well let me make it easy for you.
okay, so
Has
when
Saitama
Cosmic Garo
Okay,
gave him the
look, look, look,
knowledge
look,
of God,
look,
when
what
Cosmic
he
Garo
can
gave
get
him the
erased
knowledge
from
of God,
existence, and then
right
so
then and there,
by
he knows a
consequence, his
way
product
to
of the
prevent
adaptation
that.
would also get fucking erased from existence. How
Yeah,
can you
yeah,
claim he didn't have to
but
adapt?
let's make it easier for him. Has Saitama
Listen,
ever demonstrated at all the ability to will himself into existence after being erased from it?
but he never had that happen to him yet.
It's because he can't. It's because if he gets erased from existence, there's nothing that we've been demonstrated by Saitama that he can do. That he's just a normal guy that's really strong from
Okay,
what we know.
yeah,
That he can
until
manifest
God gives
himself
him the
into
knowledge.
existence.
Yes, until God gives him the knowledge to prevent
The
that.
knowledge to what?
To prevent
Even
the
God
to
in One
make
Punch Man
that to
exists.
make
He's
that
not
ability
non-existent.
not work.
He's a real being. He exists. It's just that after he
You said
dies,
the erasure hockey or whatever.
erasure hockey. What?
Sorry, the erasure move that Goku can use. Well, that can be
To
countered.
erase him from existence.
By
Yeah. How does it get
like
countered?
you think Goku can erase Xenos? He can't. That move will be nothing. There's
Well, I mean,
things Goku
Goku is
can't
the
even
strongest in the
comprehend.
series by the end of Z, so why couldn't he?
I'm saying there's things that Goku can't comprehend, so his move will have no effect on things
What
above
do you
him.
mean Goku can't comprehend something? He knows how to use the technique to erase him from existence. That's all he needs to erase Saitama
He
from
can't erase
existence.
Xenos
What does that have to do with Saitama?
because Cosmo Garo already gave Saitama
Cosmo
all the
Garo.
knowledge
Fairly
of
Odd Parents.
Saitama already went into Garo's mind, and they were
Nigga, what?
connected to God, right? What like
No,
Wrong.
he never has. Well, you don't read the manga, bro. You
Saitama
don't
has
take
never
account.
been demonstrated to will himself into existence after being
Hey,
erased
every
from it.
other
You just
Saitama do.
agreed because this is the reason why. Because Saitama, you agreed, is never demonstrated this because he's never went through something like this. Now that we know that
okay,
he's never
so
been
all
through
right, so then
something
he was
like
just
this or
shown.
similar to it, from what we know, if Goku puts Sakai up to Saitama, he's getting blinked from existence, and he has no way to counter it because him adapting to being non-existent would still entail him being non-existent, and he has no ability to will himself into existence after he gets erased from existence, nor has he been shown to resist the effects of being erased from existence. So you referring to fucking Jujutsu Kaisen has nothing to do with that.
Okay, hold on
Yeah,
then.
to make
Fine.
that assumption, you
Okay,
would have to posit so
you're
many
good there.
exceptions and like so many like assumptions that will make your hypothesis less probable rationally.
You're good there, but Saitama's gonna win anyways because we had the God match first.
That's just a
So
Get the
obviously
fuck
repetition.
the writer
out of
knows what he's
here.
doing.
That's
Bro,
just a
you're
repetition.
He's getting
He's just
ready.
repeating himself.
He's getting Saitama ready, is what I'm saying.
this
So
autism
Oh,
you
he's had
so
the
that you
God
guys
match
can't
first,
say
and
that.
then we
bro, all
explain
you
why him having a match with God from his series isn't equivocal to the series. Now we're
No,
looping
no,
all the way back
that's
to
not gonna
square one.
happen.
listen.
Impossible.
Now
Impossible.
we're looping all the way back to square one,
Nope,
where you
that
just make the
can't.
same
God
statement
is
again and
God.
saying,
Clocks.
bro,
Dothius, let me
We're
speak to
gonna
you real
beat
quick.
you guys.
Oh, but
Not beat you
listen.
guys, but like
All
we're
you're
gonna win
doing is just
first.
making listen, all you're doing is just making a potential future in which Saitama
Okay,
gets all these
we can
big
say you guys
abilities
win right
in which he can
now,
now scale higher, I
but
guess,
we're gonna
from
win the
this.
war first.
You're
We're gonna
making
win
all
the
these
war.
exceptions and assumptions. This is not helping your hypothesis on him beating him like right now or negating the existence of Asia. You're just repeating yourself. All these potentialities is
thank
not
you.
doing anything for you, twin. Come on.
And Kel
This
is
is why
5 years
you
old, and
always
I can tell you he can
I'm a
understand
person
this.
about me.
I wasn't against you. I'm saying
Who I
Goku
read the fucking
could
manga.
erase him right now because you said Cosmic Garo only gave Saitama time travel.
I didn't
Oh, and
say
by the
that.
way,
I said
if
that
Saitama
Cosmic
has
Garo
time
taught
travel,
Saitama the technique to go back in time, and even after Saitama went back in time, he forgot the ability.
yeah, no, I don't bullshit. I don't believe that crap. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Nigga,
So you
it's
don't
I
believe
refuse to know this.
wait. So you don't believe the narrative of the entire arc that you use to justify
How
Saitama
do you
being at this
forget? How
power
do you
level
forget? How do you
How do you
forget?
forget? He did
Like
by
forget, my
not
nigga.
time
remembering?
travel.
By
Nigga,
not
you dumb.
remembering, that's how you forget something.
Oh, you
Was
dumb.
there?
No. Hold on.
He went back in time. He should still
Garo
have the
teaches
memory.
Saitama the technique. He doesn't remember it anymore, so he forgot it.
Yeah, he
How does going
forgot it,
back in
but
time
that
cause the
future
memory to
version
be
of himself.
forgotten?
Remember. Hold on. That future
Because the
timeline
writer
has
says
gotten.
so.
Chill out.
That's bullshit.
Chill out. That future timeline has gotten erased. So
This is
when
the same writer
when
that you
his
said
future
that
self,
is a god of the universe,
I
like
was
the
trying to help
character,
you
by the
guys
way.
out. I'm trying to help you guys out. Please. The future timeline has
Kill,
gotten
kill, kill,
erased.
kill,
So that
kill. We understand, but like this is like a one-on-one thing. I
Oh, it
got it.
got
oh my
erased.
god, no, he's stupid though. Bro, he don't
He
he
is he is stupid. That's why I'm talking to him like a substitute teacher. I need him to understand like this is beyond wild. Like you have no basis for your theory, as we just went over. You don't trust the
No,
narrative of
no,
the
no. He
entire
actually
arc
gave an
that you're
explanation.
using
You
to
didn't. If the
justify
timeline
you
got
being this
erased,
way.
I'm with him on that.
No, not with him, my nigga. He went their future timeline, went back into fucking time and merged with his fucking past self. Hence,
Yeah, he
that
went
other
back in
future
the
memories
past.
has gotten erased. But that fucking version is now emanated with the fucking current Saitama we see today. You dumb fuck.
I
Wait,
mean,
wait.
yeah, that's
Garo.
also the reason. That's also the reason that Goro says that Saitama ended the fight in zero punches because he went back in time.
But wouldn't there be
So,
a timeline?
so
Wouldn't there be a
if you
timeline?
trust, wait, if you trust what Goro says, then that means that Saitama necessarily can't remember the technique since Goro taught it to him in the future.
I'd ask you, could there not be a timeline where he didn't go back in time?
I just need
And
you to sit
but
with
we're
that
actually
before
seeing
you
a
ask another
second
straight question.
timeline?
I just
Could
need
we not
you
say
to
that?
resonate with that real quick before you ask another question.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Could we not be getting a timeline that is just a split one, a second one,
No,
where
because
he made a
Saitama
different
ended the
choice?
fight in zero punches. Garo and Genos explained this, meaning that necessarily Saitama can't remember the technique because Garo teaches it to him after the fight. But the fight ended in zero punches, meaning that the effects of the future are undone. Meaning that Saitama necessarily can't remember the technique.
Okay. I think I did.
That's that.
So you're saying he destroyed his own timeline?
No, I literally just said it. The effects of the future are undone, meaning that Saitama literally doesn't
Yeah,
remember how to use the technique.
because you said he did a zero punch or something.
No, Garo says that Saitama ended the fight in zero punches because the effects of the future are undone by Saitama using God's technique to go back into time.
Trick level fucking tracking demon.
I think it's worse than trick.
And if the effects of the future are undone, that also means that the effects of Saitama learning the technique in the first place are undone as well.
Wait. I thought Saitama did
Since
that move and
Garo
not
teaches him the
Cosmo.
technique in the future. Do you get it? Like it's like a
Yeah, wait, hold on.
ABC.
But yo, didn't Saitama do that zero punch move and not Cosmo?
Zero punch isn't an action. Garo just says that the fight ended in zero punches because Saitama went back in time to undo the effects of the entire fight. So all
Yeah,
those
so
punches that
Saitama,
Saitama
that's what I'm trying to say is Saitama.
wait. So those punches that Garo and Saitama threw at each other through that entire fight never happened because Saitama went back into time using the technique that Garo taught him from God.
Yeah, so it's
Therefore,
like that's
every
what I'm at,
effect
but you're not
that
listening,
everything
bro. You're
so
not
everything
listening.
that I'm trying to explain it to you as simple as
I'm
possible. That
saying
means
it's
everything.
Saitama's fault for doing that.
It
He
doesn't
didn't have to do
matter.
it.
The conclusion is that Saitama doesn't remember. He legitimately doesn't remember the technique,
Okay, I can be on board with that, but you do understand that if
which means
Saitama
that you
didn't
just
choose
blundered some
to,
bullshit. That's what that
no,
means.
I'm saying if Saitama's not an idiot. Why would heck would he do that if he knew that it would cause him to
He's definitely
forget?
smarter than you. Look, Saitama went
Okay,
back he went back in time to save Genos. What are we talking about?
but why would he knowingly erase or cause a thing that would result in him losing memory? This is his actions. he's not stupid. You know.
I bet if
Unless you
if
wanna
I
argue he's
explain this
stupid.
to Saitama himself, if I were in the One Punch Man universe and I explained this to Saitama himself, he would have caught a grip on it faster than you have. And then
My
there's a
nigga, get
middle-aged bald
Genos,
man.
bro. Get Genos to explain this shit, because he's just a retard, bro.
Yeah,
But you're saying that
even Genos explains it.
I'm just saying you're saying that. Hold on.
Saitama does a thing in the future. He goes back in the past. The future is undone, therefore he has not done it. He's thrown punches at Garo. He ends the fight in 0 punches when he goes back in time
You're calling him
because
an idiot for doing what he
every
did?
punch that he has made is undone. Hence,
Okay,
that
so he's
there's no more
unconsciously
punches to
an
be
idiot
thrown.
for doing what he did. Is that what you're saying?
Why does that make him an idiot for saving Genos? What the fuck are you on?
No, because why? He knows he's fiction. He knows he's fiction. So there's other ways to bring it back. There's other ways to go back in time. He didn't
That's your
have
theory,
to
but
lose his
yes,
memory
but
just to go back in time. He didn't have to do what you said in that exact way to save Genos.
he didn't have to go back in time at all. You're right.
Okay,
but
but
he
no,
wanted
you
to
can go
save
back in
Genos.
time and you can go back in time and still keep and still
Think
remember
about what
things.
that.
Is what I'm saying.
You see how hard it is to try to rationalize this. Like he's saying that not only Genos, but Garo also says that when Saitama goes back in time, the effects of the future are undone, so they never happen. Garo says this quite literally by saying that even after
Yeah,
they
but
threw hands at each other, that the fight ends in 0 punches. The fight ends in 0 punches because when Saitama went back in time to the first time he hit Garo, Garo died, which means that the effects of the future did not happen. Which
he didn't
means
have to kill
also
Garo though.
that the
He didn't
events
have
in
to
the
kill
future,
Garo is what I'm
such as
saying.
Garo, he didn't have to, but he went back in time. That's what happened.
He can
The
go
fight
back in
ends in
time
0
and go
punches.
further. He can go further and he can change everything.
It's like Saitama could wear a gay pride flag as a cape. I don't care. It doesn't change the fact that when he went back in time, he still undid the effects of the future. Which means
He
that
could
since he
prevented
went
he could
back
have
in
prevented
time
Garo
and
from even getting the power.
who cares about the entailments of that? If he went back in time, he never learned the technique.
No, that's not true.
How hard
Flash
is
can
it to
go back in
understand?
time. Flash can go back in time and still know stuff. It depends on what you do in the past.
Holy shit. I'm having a hard time sitting through this. If okay, I'm just gonna make it so simple. I'm gonna put it in like Geico caveman terms for you. He go back in time. He no remember the thing because the thing no occur. Events of future
But yeah, he
undid.
goes back in time, saves Genos, and goes back
Since
to the
events
future.
of future
How
undid,
about that?
he no remember the thing. He shows he no
No, no,
remember the thing by saying he no remember the thing.
no. He
Garo
goes back
say
in
he no
time
remember the thing.
and
Genos
goes
say he
back to
no
the
remember the
future.
thing, and explain why he no remember the thing. You
He doesn't
bringing up
save
Flash
You're
Genos.
has
saying that
nothing to
because
do.
Goku died or something.
What?
Garo. He didn't have to go to the past to do exactly that to Garo. He could have just.
My nigga, you don't read the manga.
Nobody else. Like for the Flashpoint, it doesn't even matter if I granted you that because this is a technique that only God knows that Garo learned. Flash doesn't do
Well, you have
this.
to grant me Flashpoint
No,
because
you don't.
that's just how it
No, I
is. You can
don't
go to the past, change
because
things,
Flash
and then
doesn't
go
do
back
what
to the
Garo does.
future.
Did you listen to what I said? This is a technique. Okay, caveman time again. This technique Goro only know from God. Only God and Goro know this technique. Flash don't know the technique, so same effect won't occur. Are you happy now? Do I need to keep doing this?
So hold on here.
Goro and God only know technique.
No. I got
So
it
when
there. I
God
got it.
teach technique to Saitama, Flash will not replicate it because Flash
Yeah,
don't know technique.
yeah, I got that part. Hold on.
Just making sure.
Thinking.
I'm afraid I'm
You might have
losing.
got me there.
You see how much more consistent things can be when you stick with the fucking narrative and don't go fucking game theory on us and
No,
try to
I
justify
was overthinking.
Game theory.
Saitama's God
This
being
nigga
the
said game
creator or the
theory.
author of the series.
You had to explain it more simpler for me. Sorry.
Oh my god. Okay.
Must have been the
So
word, the
yes,
wording.
So to conclude, yes, Saitama legitimately forgot this technique. By two people, it's explained perfectly why. And Saitama, the person themselves, confirms that they have lost the ability, that they
I got a
don't
question.
know
I got
how
a
to use
question
it
then.
anymore.
I got a question then. Hold on. So why don't he just go back to time? Oh wait. Oh no, you're right. Okay, so hold on.
I'm glad you stopped yourself because I was actually about to shoot
Yeah,
myself in the
Sorry,
mouth.
Shit. I'm trying. I'm trying to think of a counter for that.
That's the problem. You trying to think of a counter for everything, but sometimes the most simplest explanation is the what.
That there might
The
not be one,
exception, my
but
nigga.
still.
The more likely
The
there is a
exception,
simple
my
Exactly.
nigga. Just
explanation.
accepting the main point. Damn, my nigga.
The
Damn.
most parsimonious, basically.
The more parsimonious. When you posit so many exceptions and unjustified assumptions, which is inconsistent with what we've seen with the series, then it's just going to be that your hypothesis is going to be less rationally probable because you're positing more like possible sample spaces rather than the sample
Yeah,
space we have.
I got a question.
Not only that, but if the proposition of one's argument is confirmed directly in the
I think I
narrative,
figured it out.
you have to automatically deny that to create an interpretation for the contrary, which is why you're stumbling and fumbling to find something to refute the point, because it makes no fucking sense when you try to look at the narrative and justify it.
Hold up here. I gotta tell you something. I think I figured it out. You ready?
Oh my god.
Hmm.
I'm ready to
Why does
kill
he have to
myself,
go
man.
back? Why does he have to go back? Because here's the thing. He's got the core. He's holding it. Why can't he just make genomes?
My
Find a
nigga.
way to make.
My nigga. It's not
Why
even
can't
that. It's not.
Saitama
Hold
just
on.
make
Hold on.
Genos?
Hold on. Can you please stop it? It's not that he just needed to save Genos. It's the fact that all others was dying to cosmic radiation, cosmic Garlu's radiation. Knowing Saitama in his narrative, he is a hero. He saves. So it's not just
Not
Genos. He's
really
not selfish.
technically.
He's
He's
not
not technically
selfish.
really.
Yes, he is.
He
He's not
knowingly.
selfish.
How many people died because of him? I think he cares more of himself than.
Recall me one person that died in the protection of Saitama services.
The giant fell on the city,
The giant fell
and
on the city.
yeah, and technically
That is so
Fabioki
ambiguous.
is technically
What?
human, even
Who's
though
the
he's
giant?
like on steroids or
Who's
something
the
similar.
giant? What the fuck? Who's the
You
giant?
know what that is equivalent to? That's equivalent to me asking you how
Saitama
to make
punched the
coffee,
meteor, and it
and then
rained
you say
meteors
that
on the city.
Tell me one person who died from that though.
it didn't kill anybody
How do you know?
Exactly. How do you know he did?
because it
See?
was going to kill everybody, and then Saitama, knowing that the meteor was going to kill everybody, punches the meteor so it doesn't kill everybody. That's a
The
Yeah, and then
heroic
meteor
act.
rain.
and he
No, the
caused
meteor rain.
destruction. Yeah, exactly. He caused destruction, but you don't know anybody died from that. So we can just
Oh, you
act and
can't
say
tell
that
me
this
that
theory
meteor
was
rain did
okay.
not kill anybody.
You can't tell
You
me
can't
that it
tell me
did.
that meteor rain killed
Ah,
anybody.
come
Yeah.
on. All right, we're not gonna go though. That's a stalemate. But
What the
I
fuck?
got
What?
another one. Um, when
There's a
there's
lower
a
prior
time when
probability of meteors striking Earth, so we could say that within the fiction, just like it's just unlikely that it
You could
killed
say
anyone.
even within the narrative, it's unlikely he killed anyone because he's performing a heroic act to stop the meteor from hitting people. If he wasn't as heroic as you claim, he wouldn't care and let it hit the city.
no. Okay, if you want to say that, then why does he reply to that with oops dialogue, as in he knows he did something wrong?
Ooh, is that a gotcha moment? Ooh.
Oh,
What
that's
the
so
fuck?
rhetorical.
It means he knew that people could have died.
No, he. That's not what
It's
that
not
means. How the
that's
fuck did you
not what that
derive
means
that?
at all.
Oops. Therefore, people could have died.
Okay, that's the
So
best
if I drop
correlation.
if I
Unless
drop
he
some spilled
knows,
milk on the
unless
floor,
he
I say
knows.
oops. That means I'm killing people, I
Non
guess.
Well,
sequitur is a
he's a panel
fucking
peeker, so
song.
he might know nobody died, and then he's just saying oops to troll us. But
This
Bro,
is
this
non
game theory
sequitur
don't
and
work,
it's
bro.
scares me. What the fuck?
You can't Matt Pat your way out of this one, bro. Yeah.
That's funny as hell, bro.
Nah, bro, because it get frustrating sometimes, bro. Everybody in the server, I swear to God.
wait, okay, I
I
gotta
be
tell you
trying
something.
to
I gotta tell you
give
something
them
before I
nuggets
gotta
of
go.
truth, and I get like nuggets
No,
of
bro.
shit in
Before I gotta go,
return.
I gotta tell you something. What if
All these
shit, what
what
was I gonna say?
ifs.
Well, either way, we get the god match first, so we don't. We could win
What
first.
is the
The
God
war.
match to you? What does that What does that mean? Why does it matter?
Well, whatever God decides to give Saitama.
Why
Okay,
would he give him something?
why does it matter?
Well, because I don't think the writer wants to keep losing currently to Goku.
Key, what the fuck?
What?
Technically.
Wait, whoa.
Okay, he'll have it where God
What?
gives him just enough to be right above Goku, just just a little bit.
So your entire wait, so your entire basis, don't get me wrong, correct me if I'm wrong, is that of Saitama beating Goku is on a theory that the author will potentially grant him the strength to beat Goku.
Abilities and shit.
Nigga, get the fuck out of
I think
You
I
know,
think we can I think we can end it here.
You're like, you can now do this and this and
With your
that and this,
language.
and it's all stuff that Goku still wishes he could do.
here. Nigga,
What does Goku
Nigga.
wish he could do?
I read
Nigga.
that up.
nigga. Okay, let's speak about it.
No. What will Saitama be granted to be able to do that Goku wishes he can do?
Well, just a scale higher, I guess.
And what would that
No.
look like? What would that be?
Well, you guys already know where you placed Goku, so.
Why does that matter?
I think he should veto, but that's
What if what if we just scale Goku higher than what the author thinks Goku is? Like if he grants Saitama the ability
You
to
might not get that faster than we do, is what I'm saying.
what?
You got a
What if
lot of
Goku-
characters
What
to
if
go
Goku already
through.
is stronger than Saitama, and the strength that Saitama has to potentially beat Goku,
Yeah, but
the
we're
author in
right at
his
the end
mind
game. We're right
thinks
at the
is way
end game.
below what
We're
Goku
right
can
up
do.
to God, and God can decide to just scale us whatever He wants to.
you're a dumbass.
Whatever God can.
It would be
not
it would
whatever
be
he
a
wants
stupid
to.
way. I get it. Yeah, it would be stupid, but it's not saying that he can't.
It would be brain dead. That's what it is. Even if I grant you that the author is like, here, God, grant Saitama, you in the narrative is going to grant Saitama this magical ability to scale wherever he wants to. What if in the author's mind that's lower than what Goku actually scales? Like he just wants him to be stronger than Goku, so he makes Saitama like universal, and Goku was like multiversal or some shit. Like how dumb would he look? How fucking stupid would he look?
So you guys determine where Goku's at, right? And those feats are what determines where he's at. So
I don't
actually,
determine where
technically, God
Goku's
could
at.
say you are now uh boundless, or you are now, like he'll say something, and then yeah, it's still featless, but um maybe he'll just make a whole list of crap
Okay, I can make the same argument though, right? I can just argue that Toribot
that you
represents
cannot do.
Toriyama. Goku at the end of Z is stated to be stronger than everybody. Yes, it would be featless, saying what you said, but Goku would also be boundless by virtue of being above the author, which is fictionally represented by Toribot. Which is what you're saying when you say Saitama
But there's
is
one other way to
given a
win. There's
power
one
by
other way.
God who is
Can I say
physically
this?
One other
stronger
way.
There's one
than the
other
author.
way. There's one other way with what feats don't have to matter. God can say, you are now directly below me. Directly.
What does that mean?
That's a down
It
feat.
means like Lucifer to the presence in that aspect,
I'm
like
saying that it's a down
you
feat, by the way.
can't, unless Goku gets directly
What significance does
it's
that
scaled
matter?
directly below God.
Why is that significant though?
You don't need
Wh-
feats for that. You just
Wait,
if he just says it, that's what it
let
is.
me get this right. Let me get
No,
this right.
I'm saying I could make the same argument which would derive the same conclusion as you, but it wouldn't matter.
But
It doesn't
did
mean
you
that
hear
he
what
would
he
be
just said?
stronger than Goku is the entire point of the argument. If you say that, oh, he's directly below me now, I can make the same argument. I could say, oh, like
Didn't do that.
Zalama or something can say, oh, Goku, you are now directly under me in terms of power and importance. And then Goku's like, oh, hell yeah. Or Toribot is like, oh, Goku, you're directly under me in terms of power or something. And then you're like, okay, hell yeah. And then Goku, who's training with this god who gives him this power, which is physically represented by the author, by your own admission, would make Goku just as strong, if not stronger, than Saitama. Using your argument.
I gotta tell you something. There is somebody that can give Saitama's memory back. God can. He can just say, "Oh, by the way, Saitama, you got your memory back."
Bro, I don't care how much brain God gives. God could give Saitama some stupid brain. God could be
Give him
sucking
head,
meat off
bro.
Saitama.
Like,
Like
get
he
the
can give him
fuck.
so much.
Yeah, but he would
Like
have
he
time
could give
travel. He would have time
Saitama
travel,
so
and Goku
much
still doesn't
brain.
have
It
time
don't
travel.
matter. Why not?
He would get his time travel feedback at least.
Isn't Goku literally shown to travel through time on his own accord?
Oh come on, no, he's restricted. He can't breathe in
And he
space.
literally
He can't.
he surpassed his time skip.
Mystic.
He was able. Okay. He surpassed his
Okay,
time
fine.
skip,
Well,
which is
that's
him
what the dead
traveling into the
writer
future.
wanted. That's what the dead. Okay, you got a new writer, and he wants to change things. Okay, that's
It's
fine.
not a new writer. What the fuck?
No, your previous writer that died
Are you dumb?
Talk about a
restricted
character like
it
The previous writer that
so
died
that he
wrote that he
cannot
he's
do
wrote
actually
it.
those things.
he's
He confirmed it.
actually dumb. Like
It's fucking
Toriyama wrote
stupid.
everything. He is the writer.
And
The
Super.
illustrator is Toritaro. that's what that is.
Number 2, I believe by proxy that he time travels. He goes out of time axes because he quite literally teleports to otherworld and not out of otherworld.
Yeah, didn't he instant transmission sell into
Despite that,
Otherworld?
time skip is literally the ability to jump into the future. So you're telling
Yeah.
me that Goku surpassed his time skip, which is the ability to jump into the future. He just time traveled. Congratulations. He can't breathe in space. He went to the moon as a child.
His time travel is different, though.
He went
It's
to the moon as a
different.
child. Just think about that. He went to the moon to bring rabbits to the moon as a child. I want you to think about that for a
Also,
second.
Goku
And I
can't
want you
even
to think
breathe
about
in
the fact
space.
that he can't breathe in space.
Vegeta
So
has been
what?
shown to fucking breathe in space too.
Wait. Yeah. So what is your point? Like Goku fights Beerus in space. Goku also fights what's his name? Gas in them or Granola in space. He also fights Frieza in space. Like he fights so many people in space. To say he can't breathe in space now is stupid. You know what I mean? The whole reason that Frieza was blowing up Planet Namek in the first place is because he thought Goku couldn't breathe in space.
Yeah,
It turns
I
out
get it.
Frieza
So
can breathe in
we
space
need
too.
more speed.
Zeno erased an entire timeline, so there's no space, no time. Goku's still able to talk with Zeno in front of Vegito gets turned into a candy ball with no lungs and is still able to talk. What are we on right now? Do you want me to keep going? I can keep going.
What if God gives Saitama the ability to counter
Think about
erasure?
that for a
What
second.
if? Oh my god.
Vegito is a candy ball with no lungs and no
Because
bones,
that seems to
whatever.
be what you guys
No
got. That seems to be the
organs,
only thing you guys got is erasure.
no organs at all, and he's still able to move freely and talk and fight and
He
breathe.
does.
Apparently,
Candy Vegito has no
Yo,
brain,
am I
but
right? Is that the only
he
way
still
Goku can win?
remembers
Is
stuff.
erase Haku?
No. He can steal him. He has many hacks and win cons.
yeah,
Bro,
he can
Dolpheus,
literally
we can come up with
bind.
all these what
He can
ifs.
literally bind his spirit. What are we talking about?
We
Yeah.
can do so much what ifs, my nigga. Like honestly.
Yeah. And he can casually just kill him from his god key. Like from just raising his key.
I'm not gonna lie, Master Roshi and Chi-Chi have a better matchup against Saitama than Saitama and Goku. I go. Chi-Chi will unironically body Saitama.
Yeah,
If
because
you
you're
if you want
you're
to
scaling.
go there,
Chi Chi is like
He
moon
was
level,
able
bro.
to
What?
fight Goten. Goten was stated to be stronger than Namek Saga Frieza's, Namek Saga
She
and
slapped
and
Frieza,
Cell,
and vice
Goku. Like
versa.
what the fuck,
Oh,
bro? We could say all
he
these
was
what
also
ifs.
stated to be stronger than version 1 Perfect Cell.
Yeah.
Goten and Trunks.
music go too loud?
And that
We
was
could say the
Super
same
Saiyan
for
Goten, by
Bulma,
the
I'm
way.
bro.
not
Like
ready
come
to
on.
work.
Yeah, she was able to tank an attack from Super Saiyan Goten, who we know at the very least is stronger or
Uncontrolled
as
Super
Bulma
strong as
Saiyan.
has
Super Perfect Cell.
slapped Goku, left
Yeah,
him off
he
guard.
couldn't control his ki, so he was
So,
like outputting more
yes,
force.
yeah.
Yeah.
So it's likely he outpoured more force. If that's the case, given the priors, we know that Super Saiyan Goten was like stronger than Namek Saga Frieza. That nigga tanked the fucking Universal Spirit Bomb. So
He did
yeah,
do that.
Bro,
and he
like, bro,
also
we could do
survived
all
the
these what
explosion
ifs.
from Planet Namek, which was seen outside the galaxy. And we know in Dragon Ball that the power is relative to durability and it's relative to ki. And if Chi Chi tanked that, it's likely that she scales around that power level.
Hey yo, Dolpheus. Yo. Unmute yourself real quick. Let me
Not
give you
only
a what
that,
if. Let me give you a
It
what
was
if.
scaling off of Trunks too, Kid Trunks. Like she would be way stronger.
What if
Yeah.
Saitama weakened? I mean, what if God weakened Saitama so bad to the point he loses all his
The Super Saiyan
advances?
Trunks is supposed to land a hit.
Oh
He
man,
lands a
you're
hit
not
on Super
nice.
Saiyan Vegeta.
No.
If you want
What
to go
if
there,
Saitama lost all that strength? What if what if he lost all that strength?
Right.
What if he grow his hair back? What if he actually gain a bitch? Come on, bro. Like, come on. We can say all these what ifs, bro. It's not gonna.
Super
That wouldn't
Saiyan
be a
Vegeta.
parody.
Like,
That wouldn't be a parody.
what if base Vegeta in the Buu Saga could take on Deborah? What would that now mean for Chi-Chi scaling? Like we could literally just use the same logic.
Shit. What if Mr.
He's so
Satan
good, man.
started slapping this nigga Zeno up? What the fuck? Like, come on, bro.
Like if Chi-Chi is relative to base Buu Saga Vegeta, do you not understand how cooked you are when trying to argue that like what ifs? Like we're being so unserious right now.
Yeah.
I didn't even know y'all had power in here.
Well,
Let's save this.
What is the buts, my nigga?